right, what's up everyone? This one is gonna be pretty awesome. We're on Camelot Bell. Actually, we're not even on Camelot Bell. If any of y'all from Texas know, y'all have heard about this place. We're on the other lake. We're on Wolf. So we got to fish this place yesterday and we did a little show with Scott Martin. And what I wanted to talk about at the end of the show, I mean, with like 5 minutes left, me and Hallman stumbled on something and I think we totally left it untouched. But if you look around, you've got these giant trees, right? And this is the kind of video I wanted to talk about. They're obvious trees. They're the trees you go up there, and when you start on a lake like this, in any lake, you look around and you can look at your graph, you can look at the map, you can do a lot of things, but usually when you get on a lake, you look around and go, that's where big ones live. And you're probably right. The problem is that everyone thinks that way. Everyone looks at those trees, everyone looks at grass, and they're all like, that's where they start. And it's a good place to start. But after a day or two, or even a couple hours, those places they just get throttled by people. So even us, even guys that do this for a living, we came out here and we caught them. But at the end of the day, we had kind of got tired of going over our same water. Like, how do you catch fish behind yourself? It's one of the hardest things to do. And what I mean by that is once you've kind of covered a giant area, you have to go back through that area because there's more fish. You want to try to figure out a different way to catch them. Well, we stumbled upon it. And that's it, guys.
Strike 4.0.
Or any kind of mid-level crankbait. And so what you got here is you got these trees and you got those trees, but you got nothing in the middle. At least that's what it looks like. But guys, there's something in the middle. There's some trees out there and we're gonna go crank them up. And we're gonna see what happens. And you never know, we might catch a big one. Who do I have with me? Yeah, that's right. The man, the myth, the BFE. The BFE what? The BFE like inventor, the guy, everything to do with the BFE, Bradley Hallman.
Best flipper ever.
Best flipper ever. And guess what? I ain't letting him flip. Why? Because he's probably gonna smoke me if we went flipping. So I have him out here throwing, like I said, mid-level crankbaits, and we're just trying to show y'all maybe something different that not everyone looks for right off the bat, those little obscure places where we still think big ones are at. And you said it yesterday when we fished. You would look around on your live scope and you're like, hey, that bush over there doesn't get hit by the most people. Right. That's probably where the big ones are.
Yeah, we kind of got off into it because we'd been throwing the hybrid hunter up on the bank and catching them out of the grass. And we were kind of looking for a different bite. As the sun got up, it kind of slowed down. We were still catching fish on it, but we weren't catching the big ones. And, you know, it was pretty obvious to Todd and I both that the fishing probably slipped off the bank a little bit and slipped down in this 7-8 foot of water. Not just stupid deep, but just a little bit, you know. So basically where our boat was sitting is where we kind of wanted to be casting. So we changed crankbaits to hit that zone. And we tapped into it real late in the day, but we got a couple of bites and instant confirmation that we had probably made the right decision. So we're going to try it today.
Let's get after it. Let's see if we can catch them. We might be wrong. We don't know. We don't know if it's going to work. I think we did it for maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't long.
Yeah, so we're going to see what happens. I think we're going to catch some. See if we can catch one of those Camelot Bell, like giants. Let's go see. I kind of remember where some of them are. always want to catch them like that.
Yeah.
Don't you? I mean, anytime you see it sideways in its mouth and both hooks inside its mouth, that's with any crankbait fishing. And me and you've crankbaited enough to know that, like, okay, that's always kind of one of those deals where, am I throwing the right color? If you see that, you're always throwing the right color. That's our first one. We've been doing it a couple minutes. It's not a big one. Let's get out there and see if we can catch a couple more. Big one, dude. I think it's a big one. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a big one. Right. Oh yeah, big one.
Oh my God.
Oh, she's barely hooked. She's barely hooked. I only got the back hook in her. Gosh, you nailed it. Oh God. Oh my God. I've got it on 20 pound too, but man, I'm not worried about breaking her. I'm worried about that one hook in her. Maybe I got a second hook in her. We'll see. Nope.
Nope.
No, 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 no.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. Okay, I got her in the side. That should be good. Oh. Look at that.
That's freaking
Look at
giant,
that,
dude.
Oh my gosh. We knew.
Yo, Andrew, where you going?
Look at Andrew's gotta go home.
Where you going?
Look at that tank.
Andrew's going home, and look what we're catching.
Look at this. Like, me and Hallman, like I said, we had a couple minutes left in the tournament yesterday, and we were like, man, we had this idea that it was gonna work.
Yep.
And God, we knew. I know, we knew. We just didn't adjust enough, and that's the whole deal. We adjusted pretty well, but we knew that we needed one more adjustment, man.
That's a big one, dude.
That was pretty awesome. Whew.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming back out here with me. That's pretty cool. All right, let's let her go. Man, let's go see if we can catch a couple more, man. Cause like, we got a couple more minutes. I think we can catch one more big one. Yeah. Still though, God, they fight hard. They're gonna fool me.
Everything's a giant now. Oh, I'm gonna get the camera. It's a giant.
Man, hey, we're in the land of the giants, man. You know, next cast might be a 10. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep going just a little bit more. Like if you tell me that on camera and catch one. See it? Yeah. It's like a little bush, right? I like the little. Is it? All right, so guys, he saw one. He looks at that thing more than me. So he told me that there's one. Yeah, there it is. There it is. He told me there was one out there, and he saw it. That's really cool stuff, man. Like, hey guys, we have to go. We got to do. We didn't even do this for 10 or 15 minutes. It's really going to be the whole video. What I'm going to do after this video, I'm going to get home and I'm going to kind of go over the setup that I was doing, kind of my rod reel setup, you know, sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. This was kind of specific of where I was at today and the big fish and the big trees. So I kind of went a little bit heavier than I normally would throw a 4.0. So I'll kind of show you what I was doing. Once again, thanks. I'm glad Hallman was here, man. If y'all haven't checked out Hallman, Bradley Hallman has his own fishing YouTube channel. Y'all have all seen him if y'all have watched any of my stuff. He's on there a bunch with me. And it's Bradley Hallman Fishing. It's on his YouTube. Check it out. I want to throw this out there. He's been doing some really cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff. His man cave video is awesome. He did another video. What was your other video you did the other day that really was awesome?
How to catch them shallow in the sun.
How to catch them shallow. It was all about Fort Gibson and the Costa. Have you put that one out yet?
Nope. It's the next one.
Okay, he's got another one coming out. He went and fished the Fort Coast. It's not the Costa. It's the FLW Toyota series. It was on Fort Gibson. He was in 3rd place after day 1. So he caught him, guys. I mean, he knows how to catch them up there in Oklahoma, especially Fort Gibson. So check that one out. It's going to be looking for it soon. And man, like I said, this is the first time we got to fish together. We had a blast. Check that out. And cut all this. Hold on. Oh yeah, he's doing something really cool. We did a deal with Wyatt Wimberly. He's a young man, 17-year-old high school kid. I call him a kid, man. He's 17. He acts like an adult because he does some really good stuff. He was on our Bass Singer Therapy the other day on Rayburn. They do a challenge. Real quick, turn around, Hallman. Tell him what you do.
It's my high school fishing matchup. So I basically travel around the country to all the Bassmaster Opens, and following that Bassmaster Open, if you're interested in entering, being a contestant in it, it is hhfm2020@gmail.com. If you live near one of the areas of the tournaments that we haven't done yet, which Hartwell's where we're headed to next week, I don't have a contestant pulled for that one yet. So anyway, high school kid gets front deck of my boat, competes against me. I'm on the back deck. It's kind of a pro-am style format. I stay on the back deck. You have complete control of the boat. You go anywhere you want. Your opportunity to try to beat me, Bradley Hallman, a pro bass fisherman. And I have some teaching timeouts, and we stop and talk and do some things where I talk about things that you might be able to do better, things that I just try to help critique and teach and help in the video. So that's pretty much it, just trying to help young guys and having fun with it. Because, dude, that's honestly, I have more fun with the high school kids shooting that video than any other video that I make.
Hey, so once again, where does a kid, a high school kid, where does he sign up? How does he sign up? Does he go to
He sends me an email, tells me where he lives and what he wants, if he wants to be in one of the challenges and the shootout, then hhfm@gmail.com. No, hhfm2020@gmail.com.
I ain't worried about that. I'll put up a link in my description, and I'll throw it up there on the screen when he's doing that. So y'all check that out. Man, good day.
Yeah, it was a great day, dude.
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, see y'all. All right, here's what I was throwing. A 4.0 in a natural shad color. Now I throw this 4.0 a lot on places where I know, for one, they have big fish, because this is a lot bigger bait. It has a lot wider wobble to it, so it gives off a little bit more water displacement. It's just, it's just a little bit better of a big fish bait. And I just kind of chose this color, man. The water wasn't clear, it wasn't off. We did see shad on the depth finder, and so I was kind of just thinking, like, let's give them the biggest shad bait looking opportunity. So let's just give them the biggest bait, the biggest shad that they could possibly eat. But I didn't want it to go that deep, right? They're suspended. So I wanted something that only went 6 to 8 foot. That's about how deep this thing will go. That's why I chose it. I was fishing a Falcon 7.4 Amstead Extra Heavy. You're gonna be like, wait a minute. You're throwing a square bill crankbait on a 7.4 Extra Heavy rod. Yep, that's right. First off, guys, we were fishing a place that had absolute giants. My second fish I caught out there was at least 7 to 7.5 pounds. We were fishing around big giant trees and big brush. If you let that fish go down deep, it was instantly gonna get hung up in some more. If you notice, I kept that fish as high and on top of the water as much as possible. You don't pick a rod and say, oh, I'm gonna fish that rod up with a crankbait everywhere I go, right?
I mean, that's not how it works. We have different rods for a reason. And I needed a rod specific for this place, right? I might not do that if it was really clear water and I was fishing a smaller crankbait and there was nothing to get hung up on. But I had fished the day before. I had lost a fish that I could not turn. I'm talking about it ran into a tree. Cool. Cool. Get out there, get out there, get out, get out. I can't stop her. I can't stop her. Oh my gosh, look at it, get in there. When I went out there the next day, I knew I needed a little bit bigger rod because I wasn't worried about trying to catch a 2-pounder. I was worried about trying to catch something that maybe no one's ever even seen before. So I went out there with this rod and it handled it perfectly. Probably my favorite reel. It's a BB1 Pro Series, Lew's Speed Spool. 7-to-1, guys, 7-to-1. Like I said, I'm not too worried about trying to go 5-to-1 or 6-4-to-1. I wanted something that I could crank this hard, fast, and into the trees. And when I loaded up on one, I was going to be able to fight this thing. This was not so much about the feel of the bait. This was about trying to fight a big one. And so, like I said, every scenario is different. Line was easy for me. I already knew what I was going to use. Okay, let me remove this. There it is. That's it, guys. Shooter, 20-pound sunline. 20 pounds. Guys, if you're new to my channel and don't hear me talk about sunline and cranking with 20 pound, I crank 20 pound a ton. And I do it for a lot of different reasons. Like I said, I'm not worried about trying to break off. I'm worried about trying to fight the fish. The action of a 4.0, it's a fairly big bait. You're going to get really good action out of it no matter what size line you tie on it. So, I like the shooter for this. Guys, if you don't understand about this right here, the diameter. The diameter is important. Make sure, don't trust this 20 pound on everyone else's line, okay? Check the diameter. If you haven't, go look at my sunline video. I'll leave a card right here at the top. It talks about how people address their line, what size line they actually have and what their diameter is. It's usually different, guys. So Sunline is used to going off the old school way of doing things, how it started, and that's why a lot of their line that says 20 is a lot like other guys 16 in diameter. So it works really well. Go check out my description page. I leave all this there with links to find any of this stuff at tackle stores. So check that stuff out, guys.